everyone, Bryant here today. Today I'm going to be showing you guys the top of 5 best MCPE seeds for the brand new updated Minecraft 1.16. Now a lot of these seeds have a lot of the new nether features. For example, the Bastion Remnants, Ruined Portals, etc. We'll be going through all of that in today's video. So without further ado and without wasting any time, let's head on to the number 5 spot. So on the number 5 spot, we have this seed right over here. Feel free to pause the video. But anyways, the seed is a 5410563. Just make sure you get the seed exactly the way I do. Feel free to write it down, take a screenshot of it. Just make sure you have the seed exactly the way I have it. Alright guys, another thing you guys have to keep in mind is to make sure to pause the video whenever you want coordinates to a certain location. So over here my coordinates will show, so just make sure to pause whenever you need to pause in order to get the coordinates of a specific location. But right off the bat, we spawn in this spruce forest right up here, and right next to the spruce biome we have a nice and open winter biome right up here, and we start off really strong with a whole village right over here, which is definitely a really good place to spawn. But anyways, the coolest thing about this seed is the massive ruined portal near spawns. You get 2 blocks of gold, so that's a very good start. You can go and craft yourself some golden apples before you enter the nether. And over here we actually have a loot chest. Now this here is one of the biggest ruined portals that I've ever seen in all of 1.16. I mean, this is honestly pretty cool in my opinion. But anyways, that is not all. Not only do we have one village, but we actually have 2 villages. So if we actually just go towards this area, you'll eventually notice that there is a second village right over here. This is another winter themed village right over here, so this is pretty cool in my opinion. Anyways guys, that is pretty much it for the number 5 spot. Let's head on to the number 4 spot. Number 4 spot, we have this seed right over here. 1 2 4 5 7 8. Now this one is quite an easy one to remember. So this one actually has 2 Bastion Remnants near the same area, so that's pretty cool. So right off the bat we spawn right over here in this oak forest, and we have a mountain biome right over here. But anyways, you want to make your nether portal around the spawn. It doesn't really matter exactly where, just make sure that it's around the spawn and you should be good. Let's go through the nether, because the nether part is the coolest part ever. There is 2 Bastion Remnants near the same area, so let's quickly go over here. So right off the bat, when we actually do go in our nether portal, we should be near some basalt deltas. So for those of you guys who actually want to collect some blackstone, then this is absolutely perfect for you. But anyways, now what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be teleporting to some of the Bastion Remnants. You can of course walk through there. It's not a long walk guys. I think it will take you around 5 minutes in survival if you do of course have proper armor and you fight against all the mobs correctly. But anyways, the first Bastion Remnant is going to be at this coordinates right over here, 29 59, just like so. Oops, I accidentally made a mistake. And a negative 72 right over here. And if we actually teleport right over here, you should be teleported to the Bastion Remnant right over here, and it is right next to a Crimson Forest, so that's really cool in my opinion. But this one is not no small Bastion Remnant. This one is a big one. As you can tell, we have literally this cool thing over here. We have the bridge, 2 blocks of gold that you guys can of course loot. Honestly, Bastion Remnants are so cool because of the amount of loot you can get. Let's go inside this massive treasure room. But here you go guys, this is how cool Bastion Remnants are. I know some Bastion Remnants are like kind of glitch and they don't have like the full thing, but this one does, so that's really cool. We have this massive room over here, and all the way down here we have some more loot, though be aware of the magma cubes. I believe there is a magma cube spawner right over here, so be aware of that guys. So we have loads and loads of blocks of gold right over here, so you can definitely loot that if you like. However, I recommend that you do come with some type of armor. But anyways, let's check out what kind of loot this has to offer. Alright, so we get diamond leggings. But anyways, let's go to the second Bastion Remnant, which once again you can go and walk there, which is really close to here actually, but for the purposes of this video I'm going to be teleporting over there so I don't waste your guys' time. But anyways, the coordinates is 86 50 and 111 right over here, so just make sure to teleport over here and you should be teleported to the second Bastion Remnant. But anyways, that is pretty much it for the number 4 spot. Let's head on to the number 3 spot. Now we're starting to get into the really good seeds right over here. So on the number 3 spot we have this seed right over here, 5 4 2 6 303838. Just make sure to save the seed exactly the way I have it, and you should be good. So right off the bat, we actually spawned in this village right over here, which is always a good start. And there's actually a blacksmith over here. Let's quickly check out what kind of loot this blacksmith had to offer. But right off the bat, we have a village with a blacksmith, which is pretty cool. And this is some of the loot you can get. You can get 4 free diamonds, you can get a saddle, some iron, and of course a little bit of food. Guys, this is absolutely crazy. There's 3 blacksmiths in this one village right over here, all right next to each other. So let's go right over here into our second blacksmith and let's see what kind of loot it has to offer. So pretty decent stuff actually. You can get potentially up to 8 free iron ingots and loads of food, and even enough diamonds to make a diamond pickaxe. So there's actually a lot that you can do. Anyways, let's go to our third blacksmith right over here. Yes, I can't believe that there's actually 3 blacksmiths in this one village at spawn, guys, which is even crazier. But don't worry, this seed gets even more crazy. Let's take a look at this chest right over here. So we have even more iron stuff. So over here, the village actually goes on the water, which is kind of weird. But if we actually look underneath over here, you will eventually notice that there is a stronghold right underneath this village, and finding the portal room is super easy. It is literally right underneath the village right over here. I'm going to be teleporting to these coordinates right over here, 1298. The middle number has to be 48, and the last number is 366. You can actually swim towards these coordinates. It should not take a long time. It should probably take you like maybe 15 minutes, of course, if you are starting out. So here is the portal, and believe it or not, it is underwater, which is pretty cool. This is actually close to the stronghold that we found earlier. Anyways, let's take a look at this chest over here. So we have some pretty decent stuff. We have some golden horse armor and a golden axe with Bane of Arpods 3. It doesn't really matter where you build your nether portal, but as long as you have one, you should be good. So I'm going to quickly build my nether portal just like so. We're going to ignite that and let's go through it, because believe it or not, there is a bastion nearby. But anyways, the bastion is at these coordinates right here. So we're going to teleport to these coordinates. It is a 358 just like so, 71, and of course a 10. Here are the coordinates, and let's quickly go to this bastion right over here. So right off the bat, we have a really cool bastion, and there is a lot of exposed gold actually, so you can definitely go and mine those gold blocks up. And once again, this is another full-on bastion. This ain't no little bastion. This one is the full deal right next to our nether portal spawn here. And here is the massive treasure room, and of course, like all piglin bastions, there is a lot of gold at the treasure room. So let's quickly look at what some of the chest has to offer. So we have all of this good stuff, which is really good in my opinion, but honestly this seed is definitely one of the best ones. But anyways guys, that is pretty much it for the number 3 spot. Let's head on to the number 2 spot. We have this seed right over here, 97531. So just make sure to save the seed exactly the way I have it. Now this one is a really good seed, although we do spawn inside of this tree, which is a little bit weird, but you can of course simply break your way out of it. And believe it or not, we are actually near a dark oak forest and a swamp, so those are already 2 unique biomes right next to each other. So guys, if we fly all the way in this direction past the swamp, we will eventually bump into a ruined portal location. So we're going to quickly go over here. Now this may take a little while guys, but trust me, it will be worth it. And there you go, there is the ruined portal. Now when you actually do find it, it is not going to be like a complete one where it's turned on. I did fix it, so when you actually come here, it's going to be ruined, but don't worry, you can easily fix it. And of course, get the block of gold right over here, because who wouldn't want some free gold? But anyways, let's quickly go through this portal, because there is a lot that this seed has to offer. So be careful where you actually spawn, because this nether portal will literally spawn right next to a cliff. So please be very careful of that guys. Make sure to crouch when you actually go through your nether portal, so of course you don't accidentally fall to your death and just ruin everything you work for. But anyways, we actually spawned right next to a basalt delta, which is really cool in my opinion. But anyways, this bastion is rather close actually. It may take a little while to actually travel to, if of course you are starting out in your world, but I still think it is worth it. But anyways, here are the coordinates right here, 189 45 253 just like so. So let's quickly teleport to these coordinates, and here is the bastion right over here. But anyways guys, that is pretty much it for the number 2 spot. Let's head on to the number 1 spot. On the number 1 spot, we have this seed right over here, 200 80102. So that's a lot of zeros, but anyways, this seed is number 1 for a reason. Believe it or not, this one has all the new nether biomes all in one nice easy location. So let's quickly go over this seed right over here. So we actually spawn right next to a spruce forest and a oak biome right over here. So the portal that we need to go to are at these coordinates right over here, -340, and the middle number is a 75, and the last one is a 386. So we're gonna have to teleport to these coordinates right over here. It may take a little while to get here in survival, but trust me, it will be worth it. So we're gonna quickly teleport to these coordinates, and here is the ruined portal that I was talking about earlier. So of course it is in the middle of this oak forest right over here. So let's quickly take a look at what this chest has to offer. So we have all of this good stuff. Actually, we have a sharpness 1 gold sword and a black's protection gold chest plate, which will definitely help you out. But anyways, we have one of the coolest nether spawns, because not only do we get all of the biomes, but we actually spawn right next to a nether fortress. And right next to a portal, we have a nether fortress right over here, which is pretty cool in my opinion. But here is your nether fortress right at spawn, and this is actually near a soil sand valley. So for those of you guys who really do like the soil sand valley, you are in luck, because we literally spawn right next to a soil sand valley. So in these coordinates right over here is actually where we will be finding the warped forest, which personally is my favorite biome, but it will actually be the warped forest right next to the crimson forest, all in this like really cool place right over here. So right over here we have the crimson forest, and my personal favorite biome of the nether update, we have the warped forest, and these two forests are literally right next to each other. We have a little bit of netherrack separating them, but that still doesn't take away from the fact that we have two amazing biomes right next to each other. There is a basalt delta nearby, but anyways, that is pretty much it for this video. If this video did help you out in any way, shape, or form, make sure to leave a like, subscribe, hit that notification bell. Tell me in the comment section down below which one of these seeds was your personal favorite. I'm really curious to know, and tell me if you actually do use it. Thank you so much for 18,000 subscribers. We are almost at 20k. But anyways, please like, comment, and subscribe. See you later, French fries.
My own world of make-believe. Kids screaming in their cradles, profanities. Some days I feel skinnier than all the other days. Sometimes I can't